All right. Sorry. I just sat down. I got up to go get. I heard it was a rock song, but it's actually it's Peyton Parrish singing Mulan songs. I can't. Two phones. Oh Lord Almighty. Yeah. What do we got going on? Something. Matter of trust. That's good. 365. Some fools never learn. Oh, Lord Almighty. So, full moon hangover, y'all. People are just pulling on my energy. See, this is the whole problem is whenever you try to do something co-ed, everybody acts stupid. Okay, yeah, I'll go back to the original message that I was thinking of this morning when I first woke up. At once upon a time, two great men walked this earth, right at the same time. Both, like, they never got married. Both were very into channeling energies. Both were very into, like, downloads. One was really into the occult. He was very good at manifesting and manipulating energy. He was very good at making money. He, was a infamous womanizer, alchemist. Um, the other created massive technological advances, learned how to harness energy from the universe. Anybody know who I'm talking about yet? One of them's the reason I'm able to talk to you on social media today. He's the father of frickin' Wi-Fi. The other was known as the Beast. He's well known in the occult. Talking about Nicholas Tesla and Aleister Crowley. Right? One died alone in a very, very shitty boarding house in the UK. All alone, but nobody that they knew. Unable to manipulate energy anymore. Melted too many holes in their brain. The other was taken care of by the staff in the hotel that he stayed at in New York. Until he passed, even after he couldn't pay anymore and all that other stuff. I don't think I need to tell you which one was which, right? So, yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on here. Whew, how are we going to start today? Shout out to the 143. We got 12. We got King energy here. Messages. Pisces. Cancer. Those are very older energy signs. Like I said, I read everything my own way. I know other people use these dices for houses and things like that. I don't. I see numerology. I see the meaning behind the symbols. I don't always remember the planets. And the zodiacs is similar. Like, I see the zodiacs, like, through their characteristics. Like, Aries is the toddler. Pisces is the old cat lady. Capricorn is the old goat. Taurus is, like 8 to 12. Like that's the kind of energies that I see. Like age wise, maturity wise, the kind of energy, stubborn, things like that, You get what I'm saying? Yeah, there's trying to find balance here, people, really, truly. And it's hard, like, because, all right. Even, like, like that was the other message I was having. I was like, I'm real aggravated with this fucking, it's the least secret club ever. And they're like, I'm not in the secret club, but like all my family's in the secret club. I'm like, if all your family's in the secret club, you're in the secret club. You just don't even know you're in the secret club. You could not know, but you're in it. Like, that's just how it works. Like, I don't know if you know. Oh, especially if you're like one of the ones that has the large families. If you're the first or the seventh son in the family, what, you're in the club, man. Like, what the fuck? What the hell? Is that Buddha energy that I've been picking up on? It's like, what, you spoiled little shit. Oh, you're a twin. Go away. Go away. Fucking bug light. Crazy. Y'all are insane in your own damn ways. Like, my favorite thing with y'all is, like, that, like, you got catchphrases. We all know them. Like, well, I won't say we all know them, but enough of us know them, right? What's their big one? It's like, oh, God. I'm pulling so hard on that energy. Got it in a chokehold. Yeah, what? They're very big on, I will never sleep with another man's wife. And it's like, yeah, that's great. But I watch all y'all cheat on your wives. Like, all your friends cheat on their wives. All your uncles cheat on their wives. Like, there's, like, all these... Just the horror stories. Just, like... I get it. I get the whole band of brothers. You boys bled with each other and all this other stuff. You don't tell on your friends. And... Don't get me wrong. I've met some amazing, amazing, amazing men that, like, built amazing lives, and they have, like, these amazing properties, and they really take care of their wives, right? It's a whole thing. And then, but on the flip side of it, there's, like, this dark Crowley aspect that still exists to it all. And I don't understand, because according to the lore on Crowley, they did not let him obtain a certain stature because what he was doing was unethical. He fed toxically on feminine energy. Like... the knowledge of being able to use substances and things like that, that's nothing new. Like, that's being used on all continents in some way, shape, or form for spirits and things like that, right? The Druids used it, like, everybody used it in their own way, shape, or form. And it's the whole idea of, like, it was the moderation of it. I was just like... unmoderated, you end up like the Oracle of Delphi, like, be like, what? There's a reason they died so fast. Why? Because they were sitting on a freaking some sort of natural gas fucking leak. Is what the damn spot that they put the Oracle in. That's how she was able to see visions. Good Lord. There's a lot of talk about that, channeling energies right now. I'll talk about the Book of Ra, Edgar Casey, Dolores Cannon. I'm big on the correlation of these things. Like, everybody speaks their own language. Like, everybody has, like, they have certain key aspects of the knowledge, right? I get, like, some call it vibes, some call it energy, some call it manifesting, some call it magic, some call it this, some call it that, some call it whatever, right? Some use visualization, some use rituals, some use ceremony. Oh, that's where I was going with that one too. It was just like these damn dudes come on here and they just talk about like I would never sleep with another man's wife, but I ain't got no problems cheating on mine. And I get the whole blood of the covenant. These are the boys that you work with, you bled with, and I get it. I get it. Men, most jobs that you are going to bleed at are going to be jobs that where these dudes are working outside. Like, and I don't blame them. And I've said that my whole life. I'm like, yeah, I don't mind making cashier wages. Why? Because I'm working inside in the air conditioning. Well, it was just like, yeah, you make more money than me. But I also didn't take a bolt through my shin and have to duct tape myself together and drive myself to the hospital today either. So I'm not going to fucking bitch and complain about it, right? Like, I understand those dynamics, but that doesn't give y'all an excuse to put up with toxic energy within your own group. It's that whole basket of fucking apples analogy, right? It's that whole basket of apples energy. Crabs in the bucket, which is right here. It's the first card. All right. Got an energy here, right? You get the energy of enlightenment here, too, with an eye there, right? You got someone standing on a stage making a scene. I'm not putting any genders on this one today at all, right? Someone is drawing the energy to them, right? It's like what? You just gotta walk authentically in your path. What? There's always going to be people that are always going to be trying to push the other narrative because they always are going to be wanting to keep people down. That is the point. Divide, conquer, make as many boxes as possible, and then try to see how many factions you can get to fight against each other as possible. Like, did anybody read the Divergent series? A lot of people are going through a journey of enlightenment right now. They're having a hard time finding their center, their soul purpose. That 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. There's a lot of soul connections happening at the moment. Once again, we got that King energy. I get there are some divine masculines, like older divine masculines that see the energy shift. Like I said, they're not all bad. Like, there's lots of really good ones in there. It's just like, what? They just weren't paying attention too much because they were, not being weird. I don't know, maybe a lot of these groups were taken over by the weirdos. Maybe, like, I get the twisted variations of tales. When's pigs fly? That bullshit you going for, what? When pigs fly, dude. They gotta come down to reality ground. American Pie's playing in the background. Yeah, that's a big debate that I had the other day, too, was the whole lions debate. And it was like, well, lion pride is this, that, and the other thing. And it was just like, yeah, well, the lion, it's one lion and he has a whole pride. And it's like, yeah, okay, the one lion has a whole pride, but each female goes into heat in her own turn, which gets them to herself at their own turn. And the females are pretty much in charge. He is just there to keep out the toxic lions, like, because there's just so many crap lions. Not really, but like, you get what I'm saying in that type of energy. If that's the situation that y'all are in, that's the situation y'all are in. I don't know where you live. People live in different areas of the world, so the dynamics go to where you are at. Um, this, I'm getting more of that wolf pack energy. What? And wolves don't play that game. What? When food is scarce, only the alphas breed. Right? That was the argument that I had. When like food is scarce, when resources are scarce, only the alphas breed. And anybody like, if another female in the pack gets tagged by like a rogue wolf, because they don't really interbreed because then they would all be interbred, right? So if one gets tagged by a rogue wolf, the alphas will either kick her out of the pack or absorb her young. Like as soon as she's done weeding, the alpha female will go and just start feeding her cubs and take them and raise them as her own. And then, you know, it's a whole thing, y'all. It's really dependent on resources. And even then, like I said, the alphas, I'm not getting into all that, right? Someone's got to come into this balance, though. There's got to be a change of perspective on some of this stuff, y'all. Page of Wands, someone needs to learn how to find the fun in life. Maybe somebody never really learned how to be alone. Or vice versa. They never learned how to be around anybody. They're still picking up that spoiled child energy. Maybe that's it too. This person's having a hard time coming to grips with this. It's like what? It's like, I don't know. It's like what? I saw everybody else do it. I just don't know how they did it. Like what, they just grew up in that energy where like everybody was like, I'm getting like that Long Island princess type energy, right? That's from my own personal experience. That's the vibe I'm picking up, like suburbanite type of energy, or like that everybody's like families were just families. They were just like established families. Like it was, that's spoiled Buddha energy. It's like what? I don't know. Women. Oh, what is that? I saw a clip of that new Dutton Ranch, right, with Carter and the girl he like was caught with. And he pulls up and the mom's like, well, she'll be done with him in a few days. Ooh. There's a dark, seedy side to that money shit, though. I don't know who needs to hear this, but there's a dark, dark, seedy side to that. What? Well, because when you have access to money, you generally have access to things that you normally wouldn't have access to. Like, broke people don't. Like, yeah. I've seen far more rich kids that grew up in stable homes that came from money, end up on drugs and homeless than I have broke kids. Why? Because they grew up they grew up with parents in survival mode. What? You didn't have the money for shit. You didn't have the money for shit. And granted, yeah, some people grew up with, could have grown up with drug addict parents. Then it's your choice. What? I get the energy of the twins there again. What? What's the story? It's two brothers. Two brothers grew up in a house with a really alcoholic father. One grew up to be an alcoholic. One grew up to never touch this stuff. When they were asked, you know, by psychologists years later, one was asked, why do you never drink? Because my father was a drinker. And the other one was asked, why do you drink? Because my father was a drinker. Someone could be a drinker here too. I get highly intelligence. I just don't know why. I just got a flash of Lip Gallagher. I don't know what energy I am channeling right now. Everybody always asks why it's always different. Because that's how it works when you just channel energies, y'all. I'm channeling. Need to explain myself. The Emperor, judgment. I get self-judgment here. Oh no. I don't know if I can get it. No. It's gonna be a mystery. I can't get that. Nope. That's not gonna happen. That's going to bother me more than anything. Maybe I'll get it at the end. We'll see. Self-judgment. Alright. What's going on the phone? Look, you're either going to know what the hell I'm talking about or you're not going to know what I'm talking about. I just can't. Third-party situations. It's a lot of it's a lot of heavy energy going on right now. Like I said, there's a lot of timelines pulling on the energy right now. A lot of movement, Six of Swords. That's what I'm worried about too. I don't have my charts out right now. I don't know what's doing what at this exact moment. No, Pluto's in retrograde. I don't exactly know where Mercury is right now. I don't know. The car company wants me to get another car, and I'm just like, I don't know if I really want. I don't know. Debating on what kind of payment or whatever I want to deal with at this moment. They're very pushy and insistent about shit, too. Come on. You got this, that, and the other thing. You could get this, that, and the other thing. Please. It's fucked up. It really is, y'all. It's a whole damn thing. Look, because then I got to do everything again. And I just really don't feel like doing all that. Then we got Tower Strife. Get ego deaths. Woo! It's gonna be okay, baby. It's gonna be okay. It's the Wheel of Fortune. What? It's opening up. What? This is it. This is it. Breakthroughs. Cracks are where the light get in. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. I promise. This too shall pass. It may pass like a damn kidney stone, but it's gonna pass. Yep. Well, that's the only way. But gotta call a truce to the nonsense. Gotta call a balance to the nonsense. Oh, well, that's where I was going with that. It's like, yeah, I get you work with these men. Here we go. You work with these men. Yeah, okay, you've gone through things. What, my buddy took a bolt through a knee today, and I had to duct tape it back together, and blah, 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 and he had to drive to the hospital, and I couldn't leave because we were at the job, and there was all this stuff out, and this, that, and the other thing. And I get that you guys join these groups, and trust me, I'm a witch. Coven. The whole nine. I understand the bonds you have when you create a group and then you go into this group and you make promises, right? Y'all go in there and you're very, very serious about this and you make promises and you make these oaths like I will never sleep with another man's wife, especially a lodge member. Very, very honorable shit. But then you go and you make similar vows and promises in front of people, right? To this person who then takes care of you, bears your children, literally gets cut open and sacrifices their body. That doesn't count as bleeding for you. And then y'all will be like, oh, well, she got old. She got mad at me because I was sleeping with the 18-year-old crackhead from Waffle House. Or worse, gas station slot machine whores. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. Do you know what happens to the bachelors in your group? Do you know what we call the bachelors in your group? The ones that proudly scream at the top of their lungs, I've never been married. What? We call them the Dead Dick Society. There's a reason most of them are going out from prostate cancer. Because they've been pulling on toxic energy too much in their life. Dipping their wick in the company ink. I always fucking hate that argument too. The one with the damn cup. Like what? Oh, it's a glass of water. If everybody sticks their fingers in that glass of water, ain't nobody gonna want to drink out of that glass of water. And it's like, yeah, no, nobody does. And it's like the same concept goes to the fact that, y'all. What was it? It's a very aggressive woman. And she takes a pickle and then she shoves a straw into the end of it. And then she takes the straw out and then she takes the pickle and she dips into a bunch of different condiment containers. And then she cleans it off. And then she washes it off. And then she takes a clean cup of water. And then she dips the pickle in the clean cup of water and starts pulling it in and out. And all that fucking nasty condiments that she was just dipping in starts coming out into the water. And it's like, yeah. Yeah, please, 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 for the love of God, if you see a young man saying that stupid argument, pop him in the mouth. I don't really condone violence. It's sarcasm, y'all. Jokes, entertainment. Everything I say is for entertainment. It is not to be used for medical or legal purposes. It's jokes, y'all. Sarcasms and jokes. Yeah, someone's got to realize, they've missed a lot of opportunities playing games, interference. They want to draw in new. They want to change it. They're going to have to complete a cycle, work on themselves, listen to their intuition more, and other people less. They get the energy if it's your calling, it's going to keep calling you. So, whatever it is that's calling you to a certain person, there's a reason there is. If it's a calling, it's going to keep calling you type of energy here. But there's definitely an energy of, and I pick that up a lot too. It's don't go and approach somebody if you're going to expect them to change for you. Don't go up to, a bad bitch and then expect her to be, what do I get? I get that scene, oh my god, it's a movie. And it's not Gatsby, but Is it Marco Ruby? It is. And she's in a dress up. She's really dressed up. And she's in like this fancy, like it's a Great Gatsby dressing vibes, right? And everybody's talking shit like she's been trying to be all demure and shit like that, but really she's from like Jersey. So she like tells this joke about the bear shitting in the woods, like the bear and the rabbit are both shitting in the woods, and she gets deep into her Jersey accent while she's doing it. And yeah, I get the energy of someone who can, they can play both roles too. It's like, don't come at me and expect me to be perfect all the damn time if you're not perfect all the time. Like, don't come at me because I'm from Jersey. You know what I'm saying? Whatever Jersey's reputation is. When I'm looking at you and you've got that reputation. You get what I'm saying? Be like, don't come like it's like everybody's got a past. We're all grown ups, and it's like you're looking at this person. It's like, okay, you got a reputation. It's like, yeah, you got a fucking reputation too, man. Like, so before you come at me about wanting me to change who I am and what I am, like, are you gonna change who you are? And before you ask somebody to change, think about how hard it is to change yourself first. Like, how about working on that? I'm like, before you come at somebody and expect them to be the perfect wife, like, are you living the lifestyle of a perfect husband? Like, that, make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's like, oh, while I'm single, I'm going to have my fun. I'm going to entertain, you know. Oh, well, I don't sleep with all those girls who message me on Facebook dating. I know most of them are just like trying to get me to join their OnlyFans, but I like to see how many pictures I could get them to send me. Now, flash forward months later, you've met somebody nice, they get a hold of your phone and then they see all these messages that you got talking these girls out of your pictures, and some of y'all develop a nasty bad habit with it where it's like, yeah. I had a friend who had to deal with that. Her boyfriend got addicted to doing this to the point that he couldn't perform properly anymore without it. Like, he spent more time pulling on these hoes' energy, if you catch my drift, than he did with his own wife. Who is literally the kind of person that everybody starts dating because they're so magnetic and they're so freaking amazing. She really does look like a supermodel. I'm talking 5'8", 120 pounds. I mean, this bitch can still dance like a freaking stripper, right? Still goes to the gym, has her own business. Like, she's just... It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I used to see it when I was younger, too. I would watch these guys, and it was like, there was one dude in town, and it was just like, he had, like, one of the most beautiful girls in town, like, and she was like one of them little fairy creatures. She was like maybe 5 foot tall, and she was just freaking adorable. And he would cheat on her with and this ain't throwing no shade. Like, cause I'm 42. Like I said all the time, I'm 42. I'm definitely not a size 2. But these kids were in their early 20s, and he was cheating on this absolutely gorgeous girl with 50-year-old women with kids. Like, I don't know. I was in my 30s. It made me feel some kind of way about both of them. Like, I was really I was skeeved out by the 20-something-year-old, and I was skeeved out by the 50-year-old, because it was like, I died, kind of looked up to you there, Mrs. Robinson. I babysat your kids who were almost the same age as that kid now, and I am confused. It's weird. Apparently, I got a weird perspective on that too. I'm like, no, I'm like, it's like that's my oldest nephew is 27. Go away. I can't. I can't. You got to be in like the same age range. I had to have been around the same school age as you or something, man. Crazy. Someone can't see the way right now because there is a tower going on. Like, there's just truth bombs being dropped everywhere at the moment. Give it a second, right? Like, there's a major power dynamic about to shift. Like, I get it. Secrets are coming out. The energy's about to change. These toxic freaking narratives that have been being pushed on people, this toxic lifestyles, this, because I'm like, seriously, y'all like want to sit here and talk all this smack about the higher ups and what they're doing on these islands and all this other crazy shit, right? The poofy stuff. Y'all acting all crazy about this stuff, talking about, oh, I can't believe this, and I can't believe that, and I can't believe this, and I can't believe that. But y'all acting this nasty in your own damn towns, and don't tell me y'all don't see it. I have lived like I said, like America anyway, right? I'm mainly talking about over here. I'm not really 100% sure how it's going over there in the UK, but the hookup culture in America is the most disgusting fucking cesspool. It's like, I don't know, it's like the difference between, it's like, there's people that like go out into the country, and this is okay, this is the argument. This is what I'm going to leave this on. There's people who will say that rednecks are gross because they go out to the river, right? And they will all park their cars at one spot. They will drive miles and miles down a flowing river, get out, get in tubes, and then float down a river, right? And then get in their cars at the end, right? And yeah, they're going out there and they've got beer and they've got snacks and they got all kinds of stuff, right? And there's a great story about Ron White tells about how he's like, I was out there a few hours when I realized everybody was just pissing on himself. And it's like, yeah, it was like, well, that was the moment he realized he had to pee, right? It's like, this is a flowing, moving body of water. It is going out, to the ocean. It is traveling somewhere. It is being filtered by nature and plants and everything else like that, right? And yeah, a lot of places the water's orange from the tannin from the leaves and things like that. And yeah, there's snakes and things in it. It's crazy, but we still do it. But there are these snooty people that will act like they are like cleaner than you. And then they will go to a fucking puddle park and they will go to a lazy river that's just chlorinated pee that's being regurgitated through the same manufactured funneled system of propaganda bullshit, and they're just like floating around in like just this cesspool of just bleached particle filth, right, in circles. And they'll sit there and talk shit, and they'll be like, oh my god, I don't know how people can swim in the orange water. I don't know. It comes back down to the whole argument of, it's the other one I had, Eight of Cups. I get the energy of like a lot of people just need to be walking away from the arguments. Calling me out on that one too. It's like, what? It's the bees don't argue with flies about why honey tastes better than shit. And it's just like, well, that's the same thing. That's the same argument on both sides. It's like, why? You're not a prize because you've got, $500,000 in your bank account. You're not a prize if, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, the whole Beauty and the Beast. I'd rather have a beast that treats me like a princess and actually pays attention to what I like and gives me a fucking library than Gaston. And you guys are always shocked about that. And what? Gaston, what? Could have just went and got the triplets. Like, it's like, just. But no, he insisted on being mad at the Beast about shit. And I've seen that too. I hang out with dudes and they're like, I don't understand why, like, I was hitting on her and now she's with some big dude. Like look at that big fat guy. And it's just like, okay, yeah, okay, you're scrawny and skinny, but it's because you have to do grunt work. And he probably doesn't have to do grunt work, which is why he's got a nicer boat. And, why she's on it, He probably treats her like a freaking princess and doesn't treat her like an option. He treats her like she's the only person. When the Beast went to pick up the mirror, he didn't ask to see the triplets. He asked to see Belle. Four of Cups. You miss your opportunity for these toxic gold diggers, right? And I get that too. It's like these dudes will send me like, damn, that's talking about, oh, look at all these girls. And it's like, yeah, but they're all asking you to what? Get them a phone card. Can you go get me a phone card? Can you go get me a prepaid card? Can you go get me? I wonder how many of them are even really girls. It's weird. Like, the energy is just so toxic out there. Alright. The same goes for vice versa. It's like, don't pass up the good guys for the toxic guys either. Getting the solid energy here of as above, below, so below. As they're crumbling from the top, I'm getting small town energies. Maybe there is a group of guys, right? I'm not seeing it personally, but I am picking up on the energy of like there very much could be a very toxic king getting ready to go down here. Yeah, duh. That's why you're picking up on the 5D. I hope so. I hope so. I don't like getting my hopes up on readings like this because it's like personal experience. I've been watching you boys around. Well, if it's happening, it's not happening in my area. But somewhere, someone's going down, right? There's a lot of energies going down. I'm getting the as above, so below. So, like, it's like, okay, so you're like, all these, like, there are groups. And it just depends on where you're at and who manages to hold the higher position in that area. There's two factions going on. There's the ones that have been highly influenced by the Crowley energy. There's some that have been highly influenced by the Tesla energy. And there's coming to a head here of a wanting to take down of this toxic energy, a realizing this is where the spoiling's coming from. This is where the problems are coming from. This is where, whoa, what happened, guys? What happened? What? Yeah. What? It was all fun and games when them girls were strangers and you guys were all young and dumb and full of confetti and glitter and rainbows, right? Back when you were slinging your magic sticks, right? It was all fun and games. What? Now you're old. Now you're grown. Now you're watching descendants that are more than like your kids did great, right? Oh, your grandkids did great, right? Oh, well, what, the great grandkids, some of them ain't doing so great, are they? Right? It was all fun and games, when you were 17 to 23, but now you're watching the 17 to 23 in your family, and there's a couple of them, what? What are they getting picked off by? Same mother trucker, right? That same old person that you used to have so much fun with. What? She been hanging around his house. She's been desperate enough to ask him for help lately. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all. I'll be back as soon as I can, I promise.